Well, Toby,
Hello.
here we are again.
Here we are.
So we was thinking, weren't we, what we were gonna video about, because you was helping me test the new microphone before interviews. So, and you said about the hostels.
I did.
Yeah. So, tell us what you were saying. You remember the hostel times? We spent, just a little bit of backstory, we spent 2.5 years in hostels before we were housed. We lived in 1, 2, 3 different hostels around Crawley, and we said that what's the difference between a hostel and a hotel? A hotel, you stay in them, and in a hostel, you live in them. So we kind of carried on living. Me with 2 young children, 4 and 6. To me, it was that it can't be a hardship, and that the fun times have to carry on. So over to you, Toby.
One of my favourite things about my past is living in a hostel. You learn all sorts of things. You have so many adventures living in different households other than what most people are used to. Living in 1, 2, 3 houses most of their life. You've lived in many. Up to 5, 10. I don't even remember, I was so young back then.
Changed rooms, changed hostels altogether.
All in for everyone to fit in for however long we spent in there, from half
2.5 years.
2.5 years on each.
And then when we got this place, what was it like when we got this? Do you remember? Do you remember what we done?
Don't even remember.
Do you remember we came?
Yeah.
And we jumped over the fence,
Oh.
didn't we? We weren't allowed to, but we come and scouted the place.
Before I even stepped foot in this house, we jumped over the fence. There was a mattress on the floor. It was all overgrown. You can see from the fence it was all overgrown. So we went through the path, got to the back. Massive, I don't even know what they're called, out-of-date plants.
Oh yeah.
Just old plants that just overgrown up to like
the whole garden was overgrown.
8
remember?
foot, yeah.
Remember the fires we had, getting rid of all the undergrowth?
Yeah, just cut it all up, put it on fire. That's how we started having bonfires.
Happy.
Those were one of my favourite things of the past as well. Just bonfires in this house. Have them like every weekend. It's light up the sky. Even neighbours probably could tell whenever they smelt one, it was going to be us.
Oh, what did they? Now knowing things, what must they have thought when we moved in?
It's the crazy neighbours lighting fires within a week of getting here. Just thought
Big
we were crazy.
fires.
Massive bonfires goes on all night. Just moved in. It's been crazy. I wonder what the last neighbour ever did with the garden.
Do you know how long we've been here now?
Oh, I dread to think.
2021, nine years.
It's crazy.
9 years we've been.
How long was he in the hospital for? All of
Huh?
them altogether.
Hostels?
Hostels.
2.5 years.
That's it.
That was a very long time,
It
son.
felt so long. I remember, I think about it sometimes. I don't know why, it's just one of the memories that stick to me the most. There's in my past that I'll forget till my last days. The story, I'll tell it. I was outside, it was the Springfield Road, what's it called? What was it?
Perryfield Road.
Perryfield Road, the one with the big roundabout at the end of the road, which I've never seen on a normal country neighbour road.
Yeah, it was a close.
Or,
Perryfield Road was actually a close, and at the end of the close there was a roundabout, so you go round the roundabout and back down the road.
yeah. So, opposite the house there was this decently posh, this big house with the walls going like that.
Oh yeah.
And one day after, I was literally like 3 months into getting my first ever phone. It was literally like the exact same as a Nokia brick. Literally just a tiny little terrible phone that's used for to keep in touch with my family. Because they all love to know how I'm doing, because I was so young back then. I don't even know how young I was. Probably like 5, 6, 7.
You were 4 when we moved into the hospital.
What, Payfield Road one?
When we moved into first hospital.
So it's probably like 5 then.
First hospital was in the middle of town.
Yeah, well, that was crazy. I wish we lived there now because I knew so much about. I didn't know anything about town back then. Didn't know how to get there. Obviously, wasn't trusted to go to town.
Oh, school. The town was our
Right,
garden.
literally our garden.
Was
town
our street.
centre.
You used to go scootering and in your buggy.
Yeah.
Pushed around the buggy at night.
Anyway, back to the story. I left. I was with a brand new phone on me. Probably the first 3 times I've gone out the house with my new phone because obviously I wasn't trusted with it because I was so young, didn't want to lose it. So I go out. Did we have a car back then or no? I think we did.
Yes, Super Turbo.
Yeah, Super Turbo. So I was parked outside, and for whatever reason, I don't remember, but I think we was waiting to go. Me and Molly was standing on the other side of the road on their posh little wall, just leaning up against it. Got my phone out of my pocket. Obviously, I was just fidgeting with it because it was one of my first week of having it. I was fidgeting it, looking at all the buttons. I was waiting for Dad. Just put it down for a sec on the wall next to me, looking around the garden because we had a friend down the road. As a girl, I think she was our age at that time. I don't know. I think she was a bit younger. She moved out just before we left ours, which was sad. Then there was no one we knew on our road, but she wasn't with us or anything. So left it on the road, left it on the side of the wall because we was leaning up against it, waiting for Dad to come out. And me and Molly Molly was with me. We was just leaning up against the wall, just waiting. Dad comes out of the house, comes across to the Super Turbo. We get in the Super Turbo. We just drive off like nothing happened. No, we didn't forget anything. No, don't know where we went. We went somewhere halfway through the journey. Where's my phone? Oh no, I've lost my new phone. I've lost my new phone within a week of having it. I've already lost it. I can't believe this. And I know it's just a Nokia brick, but as like a 65-year-old having your first phone, losing it already, don't know what to think. You're about to freak out like the world's about to end. It's halfway through. And I told Dad, oh my god, Dad, I forgot my phone. I'm thinking so hard. We even stopped on the side of the road just to think of where I lost it. Because we wouldn't have ever found that thing. It was so small. I was freaking out. I'm pretty sure it was out for most of the day at the time. I don't know what we went to. I really
we
wish.
went away somewhere.
Yeah,
for the
I'm
day.
pretty sure we went away for quite a while. At least a whole
So
day.
you was like freaking out all day,
I was
thinking, "Oh,
freaking
where's
out. I
my
lost
phone?
my
Where's my
phone.
phone?"
I might have even left. I don't think I got it. I left it before we left, but I thought I left it on the trip. So I was just freaking out. Lost it somewhere. And the whole time, then eventually the day comes to an end. I've calmed down. I'm not thinking about it anymore. On our way home, I was like, oh, I've lost my new phone. Everyone was kind of annoyed that I've already lost my new phone. So coming home, like, oh man, what a day. I lost my phone, but yeah, I had a great day. Come home, look around before packing up the Super Turbo, going inside, look across the street. He said, Toby, just one last look around, because Molly remembered that it was leaning up against the wall, like the only last place you could ever leave it. I go over to the wall. What's on the wall? My phone's on the wall. Sitting there on the place I left
All
it.
day.
For the whole day, it was there on a quite popular street. It was.
Yeah, loads of people walk
Loads
past
of people must walk past it. It was Nokia brick. It's not like it was an iPhone 10 like now, otherwise that would have been gone in an hour. So, yeah, I was so hyped up. I was like, oh, I finally found my phone. And then, yeah, that's a story. One of my favourite stories of living in a hostel. Leaving my phone on the wall the entire day as a 5-year-old, freaking out. Yeah, hostels was an amazing time. I loved it.
Excellent, son.
That's my favourite story. Yeah.
Alright. Well, there we go. There's Toby, a little story about hostels for you. Something to remember.
Goodbye. Thank you for listening.